What's going on, Aquarius? Welcome to my channel. We're about to jump into your energy. This goes out the sun, moon, and rising, singles and couples, men and women. Crosswatchers are welcome. See what we got. Okay. So, many of you are honing your craft. Okay. We're going to start with the Eight of Pentacles. Many of you are taking the time to hone your craft. And I see that a lot of you are preparing for the lighter time of the year. Few of you are binded off, but it's kind of like a self-standoffish sort of binding, standing away from people. You're about to come out and you have the strength to do so, but you're still kind of feeling out in the cold, even though you're working hard on your path. I think a lot of y'all might be working hard on it to not escape, but to step away from things that, leave you feeling out in the cold. If that makes any sense. So a lot of y'all are feeling kind of out in the cold and stuff. But you have to understand that there's cycles for everything if you have the strength to make it through. Hard work does pay off, and understand there are new beginnings along the way. So I do see that many of you, and this is what I'm reading as. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, this is what I feel. But many of you are working hard on your craft because you feel that if you don't, you're going to be like out in the cold. And even though this fool is upright, I do pick up the energy sometimes that you might be so up in the clouds about going forward with something. I mean, you're in your right mind, but kind of like so focused and up in the clouds and getting it down pat that you're scared that you might explode. But there are new emotional beginnings for you, and they're coming fast with passion. So you got new emotional beginnings. You have Aquarius healing too. Awesome. So hard work, but you gotta kind of not work yourself to a grave or work yourself out because you think that nothing's in your corner. And I feel that a lot of you all are going through a very interesting spiritual awakening. No matter if you're new to this or adept in your path, you're going through a spiritual awakening. And for many of us, it's kind of terrifying. This is for me. And I've seen some shit, but this right here is a whole new level of scary. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh man, but you gotta kind of keep going. There's gonna be some heartbreak in the path too. Also, it's not gonna turn out the way you think, because you're gonna question yourself a lot through this transition. If this resonates with you, and to me, this has nothing to do with any retrograde. This is just people stepping into new situations, new paths, including myself, and we're getting the Tower moment. The Tower moment is causing a lot of our heartbreak, and even though we're on these new paths, we're being pruned. And there's maybe a few beings or energies in people's corner that might make you feel like you don't really have people in your corner, so forth and so on. And you know how the universe kind of does this thing. Whoever it is you work with, you might have some stagnant energies that you need to get away from. So just remember, try to allow the inner high priestess or a deity or your ancestors or whoever it is you're working with step in. It's going to be one of those situations where a few of y'all might have beings stepping in that you can't find nowhere in the books. You go all up on Google and it ain't got no name. Oh man, speaking from experience, I don't mean any disrespect by that to them, not whatsoever, but it's like when you're walking a path, like say you're working with a spirit guide or something of that nature, or God, or whoever it is that you work with, so forth and so on, whoever it is that you choose to work with on your path. And there, you get help from above, from the heavens. You pray for help, and you just get an answer, and this like a being pops up, or it's an angel or something like that. And it just takes on the shape of something you're used to seeing a lot of on TV. You might see like someone from a television show or whatever it may be. Like, yeah, see where I'm going with it. So if you're experiencing that like I am, or if anyone else is starting to experience that, just let that ride it out because it's kind of interesting. We're living in very interesting times where a lot of our, as we move into the age of Aquarius, a lot of the illusions are going away, and we're stepping into this phase where what we know is true, but it's kind of like getting revamped, and we're just kind of looking at it like, well, you're not what I thought you were. And then you find out that you have a relationship with them anyway, but it's a different relationship. So you got to remain balanced through that until you can reach the temperance stage, which is the alchemical transformation in the mind. And it's doing very good, by the way. I have a very strong force behind me, and a celestial essence. And she's very strong. Two of Cups union, and you got to go with the other flow of things. So we have the Two of Cups, followed by the Wheel of the Year and the Two of Cups. The Wheel of the Year can be like the Wheel of Fortune, but I see it being like the four seasons, so forth and so on. What type of magic you should work during what type of year. Like, I believe that you should align your natural flow of life to the way the world goes. And we do that anyway. An example, we wear winter clothes and things of that nature. We don't dress for winter like it's summertime, you know? So, also, beautiful beginnings this spring. And that makes sense in general because among every single tradition, even on a simple term, spring is a time of love and fertility and things of that nature. So that's a good thing. Small victories for those that are curious, and many of you are walking in a Queen of Cups energy. Your ships are coming in for many of you. There you go. And you got Six of Cups energy, which is childlike and very just fun, great memories that you can go with. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. What else we got? Seek the mysteries. The mysteries of the heart. I would honestly say that the best thing you can do is meditate or go into prayer or whatever it is that you do. Keep it lightweight on the books because we're going to be moving away from a lot of things mentally and a lot of things emotionally with the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. The Six of Swords is moving on just from the situation. And I do feel that many of you might be moving on from past emotions, but from a logical point of view, as well as emotion from an emotional point of view. So your ships can come in, so new beginnings. You gotta face your fears though. I still see the shadow energy here, but I don't, with all what's going on right here, I don't see a lot of this fading out. I do see that maybe a few of you are trying to hone your craft so much that you don't step into, or you're trying to get away from the Five of Pentacles energy, and you're so focused on the Fool energy that you're not paying attention to the delays and the explosions that can come with it. You're trying to avoid it. And change can be very scary. And understand there are choices out there that have to be made on your spiritual path. Excuse me. What else do we have before we wrap it up? See through the illusions and have the strength to see through the illusions. The illusions usually are just things you make up in your head. And I think a lot of us are going to figure that out. I kind of included myself in your reading, and I apologize to that family. But we are Aquas, aren't we? But some realities are going to be like shattered soon. So, and I don't mean that in a per se a bad way, but things are going to shift and change, and things might get a little scary for quite a few of us. In fact, I know of a couple of channels or astrologers or tarot readers that said that we're going to be in some very scary times, but it's not going to turn out the way we think. But we live in some very, very scary times. And I'm just trying to add a bit of humor to it because I know somebody out here going to feel this. They're going to be like, yo, I ain't going through this alone. He going through it too. Oh, man. But in final, stay balanced so you can achieve that perfect abundance in your mind. And when the tower moment happens, ride it out. All right. That's all I got for you. Hopefully this resonates in some way, shape, manner, or form. If so, please like, share, and subscribe and join the family. Sorry for the delay, but I've been going through the spiritual shift. I'm used to working the mojo, but this is a whole new level of mojo that none of my books work for. Well, except one, and I'm not used to using that book. I respect it, but it's just new. All right, fam. I'll talk to you soon, and I'll be sending the freebies out also in a day or two. I think I'm just gonna go to sleep now. All right, you'll have a great day. Peace.